Alright guys, time to talk about ENA or Ethena on the channel once again. Now the last time we spoke about this was on July 25th guys, and we pretty much find ourselves at the same level at this moment. So let's see what's going on here now. We have broken above the 55.22 level here today. Keep in mind, if I put this on a weekly time frame, you will see that we are above that, and we're above that, pretty well. We're about 60 cents right now. Roughly about 5 cents above that, so that is a good thing. If we seal this candle above this line, that will show this is support, and you can clearly see that on this wick, guys. It did come down to retest that this week, and it got a bounce. Now, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, guys, I would like to, break with the 4-hour candle above about 65 cents. If that were to take place right now or in the next, several 4-hour candles, I think that would show a clear break in this trend line. Now, the next resistance here is at 71 cents on a weekly time frame. Now, taking a look at the volume profile here, guys, you can see that we are right about right here. Once we get above the 70 cents mark, let's just say, there's a little bit of a gap here up until about 82 cents, let's say. And then you have these several little candlesticks here. But once you get above about 98 cents, guys, the volume drastically goes down. So probably after about 97, 98 cents, the ride up will be a little bit more smooth, a little bit easier. Now, taking a quick look at the Bollinger Bands on a weekly time frame, we did get a little bit of a squeeze back in the beginning of July, guys. But you can see that hasn't actually resulted in a huge run up like over here. Now here you have a little bit more wide. It's not as narrow as over here, guys. But here we saw more of a pop. So I'm thinking, it could be something like this candle here, where we have this red candle, and then we see a continuation. But we just have to wait and see. Now, on a daily time frame, most cryptos actually got a little bit of a squeeze back in the beginning of July, as you see here. And yeah, you can see the run up took us up to about 70 cents or so. And yeah, then it fell back into the Bollinger Bands, and we have to wait for these to come back together and make another pinch. Now, taking a look at the RSI and stochastic here, guys, not good news when it comes to the weekly time frame. RSI is pointed down pretty heavily. The stoch is actually about to cross this red line to the downside, so not good here. On the daily time frame, we do have a cross of the blue line, and it is pointed pretty heavily to the upside, so that is actually pretty good. And it is oversold here. The RSI has a lot more room it can run, so daily time frame actually looks okay. The 4-hour time frame getting a little bit overheated though on stochastic. The RSI looks like it wants to curve down also, so that again, not too good. It is in neutral territory though, this RSI, and it could easily point its way back up. But again, you have an overheating of the stochastic here. Now, the 1-hour time frame overheated here on stochastic, and it's just been going for many hours here, overheated. But anyways, the RSI is flirting with being overheated up here, so again, not the best signal. Now, the 15-minute time frame, if we take a look, it is pointed pretty heavily to the downside here on stochastic, and that blue line has just crossed the red line, and yeah, the RSI is pointed pretty heavily down. So again, most of these time frames, I would say for ENA, don't look that good, guys. If I get rid of this, let's take another quick look at this. Let's put this on a 4-hour time frame. I would actually not expect to break this trend line. There's no reason. I do think it's going to maybe cool off. Maybe we even come back down to 55.22, retest this again, then make another attempt to break this trend line. But yeah, with those indicators, guys, I think it's not going to break this trend line here, and especially not 71 cents like you see with this resistance up here. Now, one more indicator to consider, guys, is the MACD. Now, as you can see here, this is still pointed pretty heavily to the upside on the weekly time frame here. We do have a lot of dark green candles, so we have 5 weeks of dark green here, with a couple of small reds here, but pretty much it's been in a green period since mid-May. And yeah, pointed pretty heavily to the upside on weekly time frame. So that is okay in my opinion. Daily time frame, now this isn't so good. It is actually crossing this red line here. We do have a couple of darker red candles. So we may see momentum come down here on a daily time frame, but again, the weekly time frame looks fine. The more longer the time frame, the more reliable, and that's what we're really concerned with on this channel. Now jumping into the tokenomics here, it is the number 41 coin, guys. That is no small coin. There is a lot of interest in this coin usually when I do videos. So there is 15 billion total supply, about 6.35 billion is circulating at the moment. Now the all-time high was $1.52, so you're still getting about a 61% discount at the moment. But guys, that's actually not that bad. Most launch pool coins from Binance do a lot worse. Many of those are down like 90, 95, 98% still. And this one, you know, the simple fact is it's only about 61% down, and that's pretty good when it comes to these types of coins. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, please check out some of my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have partnerships with 10 exchanges, guys. If you use these links, of course, I do get some small commission. Trust me, it's really small. And we do have MoodX here. You can get a free 7-day trial, and you can follow me on X here, guys. Now, taking a quick look at Bitcoin, guys, you can see it's having a nice little day today. Did find support at 111.865. Now, a couple of days ago, I thought the bleeding had stopped, but I did say it may come down just to touch this support and then get a bounce, and that's exactly what it did. So, unfortunately, I was a little bit quick in my assessment. I thought maybe it would hang on around like 114, 115 where it was, and yeah, it did not, unfortunately. Now, the next resistance is up here at 116, pretty much flat. But it has not hit the breakdown target yet. Keep that in mind, guys. The breakdown target is down here at about 110, let's just say 300 or 250, somewhere around here, guys, where this target is. So anyways, let's see what happens now. It is Sunday, and the markets will open up tomorrow, and we need to check the CME gap too. That's also important. Now, jumping over to the CME chart, guys, you can see where this rests on. This is actually resting on this neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. So the target of this inverse head and shoulders, guys, is up here at about $148,000. But we are really right now resting on this line. The CME will open up tonight, so we need to see how this reacts. Will it get a bounce here on this neckline or not? So if it does not hold, guys, this 148 target will be invalidated. Now, one more thing, guys. This is at 114,200 at the moment. So if you were a betting person, you would probably bet that Bitcoin would go down at least about $700 or so to cover that gap on the CME. So keep that in mind. We may see this come down a little bit tonight after it strikes midnight or sometime tomorrow. But yeah, we do have about a $700 gap on the CME at the moment. The total market cap is sitting at 3.65 trillion at the moment. We have gotten above the 3.62 trillion resistance. If we can seal a weekly candle over that line, that would be good. This is a weekly resistance, and we need to make this support. Now, we do have a bullish engulfing daily candle from the day before. That's another good sign. And the next resistance is up here at about 3.73 trillion. Now, if we jump over to the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, it's very close to having a bullish engulfing candle here, but we have touched the 1.34 trillion as support today and gotten a nice little bounce. So the next resistance up here at about 1.42 trillion, and then we have 1.43 trillion. That's a monthly resistance, so that's even stronger. And then 1.47 and then 1.51 to the upside. Now, looking at the Bitcoin monthly returns, this has gotten a little bit better since yesterday when I last looked at it. I think it was about 1.73% or something like this down, sitting just less than 1% down now at the moment. But again, August has just started. It's only 3 days into it, and August is typically one of the worst months, where we only see an average of about 1.54% to the upside. Now, taking a quick look at the dominance, guys, for Bitcoin, we do have a little bit of a problem, but we do have some hope. So you can see we did get this long downward trend. We got this W here. We did break this neckline, unfortunately. We did even get a retest yesterday of this neckline, got a big bounce. Today, though, we are seeing a little bit of a red candle. So if I zoom in here, that's a nice little red candle, but I would like to break down below this neckline and get back under 61.76, and then I think we can say this is pretty much invalidated. Now we need to take a look at USDT dominance. It runs almost hand in hand with the Bitcoin dominance, guys. But yeah, we did have about 6 days of upside here where people were selling their coins and putting their money into USDT, but we are getting that bearish engulfing candle to the downside as you see here. So that is actually a good thing. We remain under this resistance here, and we do need to break 4.31% to the downside now once again. So that actually held us down for, I don't know, like 10 days or so, and we broke back above it on the 31st of July and got several, big candles here, but we didn't even go up here to touch this trend line. So maybe that's a sign, it's going to be a little bit bearish for the dominance, which is actually good for altcoin holders. Now on Friday, guys, we saw this large red candle to the downside here for the dollar index, and we need to see where this picks back up tomorrow, if it continues to the downside or not. But keep in mind, a weaker dollar means a stronger Bitcoin, so Bitcoin could head up if this continues to go down. So now we do have the opposite true as well. So if we see this go up, Bitcoin will become probably weaker. Now, the last time I saw the altcoin season index was about a day and a half ago, guys, because I've been traveling. It went from a 41 to a 47, so this is actually pretty good. We're starting to heat back up here and make our way up. Now, if we take a look at the liquidation heat map, there's about 154 million people that have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. That's a lot less than about a day and a half ago when I did my last video, guys. So yeah, it's pretty tame right now. And let's see what happens this week. Now, the fear and greed is a 53. We're in the neutral territory now. Yesterday was a 55. I do remember that. The next update is in about 3.5 hours. But yeah, I think it's, probably going to heat up slightly here. But I think we're going to, see a better week this week, guys. I do feel that this is going to trend back up a little bit, and we're going to see better days. Now, the bull market peak indicators, guys, sell at the top again, still 0 from 30. This is why I'm holding out hope. I'm not selling any of my coins, guys. Still 0 from 30 indicators have been hit. Now, the best indicator is the Pi Cycle Top indicator. You can zoom in all day, but these two lines are not even close to crossing. Now, tomorrow on the economic calendar, we pretty much have nothing going on, just factory orders, and that's not really going to do much for Bitcoin, guys. Now, on Friday, we saw a pretty negative day according to Moodix. Now, the sentiment is still risk on, but this trend is fading. So the other day, I think it was Thursday, we saw dark green here, and this is fading now, unfortunately. The week is negative, last week actually we should say, and the month was actually negative as well, but again, we just started that on Friday. So yeah, we only got some readings from Friday, as you see here, the intraday. This is a Friday intraday reading. Now, the year is still positive, so that is good. But let's see what happens this week, guys. There isn't really too much going on as to economic news. According to FedWatch Tools, guys, 80% chance we are going to get a cut in September, mid-September, the 17th there. The Trueflation is now showing a 1.61% inflation. That's actually down slightly, as you see here, so that is another good thing. Crypto bubbles looking better today. So yeah, things are up, about 3, 4, 5, 6%, I would say. Now, if you want to stake your Ethena, guys, go to Coinondo. There's 12 deals that were found here. Check them out. Do your homework. They do have limits. They do have the number of days that you have to stake your coins. Be careful. This isn't always updated, and it doesn't have everything. For example, Bitget deals are not here. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Check out some of those deals that I have below, like I said, guys, and it really keeps me motivated and keeps this channel going when you use those links. And guys, we have almost 1,500 people, and I really thank you all for your support.